What's going, guys? Aarava here. Welcome back to another episode of my F1 2016 career mode. Before we get into today's episode, though, I need to say that this episode has been sponsored by Kingwin. It's a website where you can find some of the cheapest codes for games on any platform you want, including F1 2016 on the PC, PS4, and Xbox One. And not only have they sponsored this video, though, they've actually managed to set up a giveaway that I can share with you guys for two of you to win F1 2016 on the PC. So if you want to get an F1 2016 Steam code for free, two of you guys can win. Just go to the link in the top line of the description to find out all the details on how to enter the giveaway. So a huge thanks to Kingwin for setting that all up and allowing me to give away two codes to you guys for F1 2016 on the PC. But anyways, let's get on with the episode. It's Monaco, episode number 6, the jewel of the F1 calendar. And I think we've got a little message from our R&D engineer first.
Hey, our upgrade pace is looking solid right now. But I do think we need to push harder if we want to stay competitive. Here's the report.
Right, so once again, the AI are upgrading, and there's a bit of an update in terms of that. So this time it's Williams. It was Toro Rosso, of course, at Russia, but now Williams are the one who have jumped ahead, and by quite a sizable margin, actually. You can see the gap to us from Haas is a lot smaller than it is from Williams to us right now. So that's quite a sizable upgrade that Williams have made. A little bit worrying, but also does show and showcase quite well the game's new system, and the fact that it is not going to be an easy waltz right up to the front. The likes of Williams, you know, even the top, the three teams above Williams, we haven't even got to yet, are going to be upgrading as well. So we've got a tough order ahead of us, and obviously we didn't make an upgrade from last race to this one. We'll be hoping to get enough points in this next practice session at Monaco to get an upgrade for Canada, which will be quite important. I feel, you know, Canada, a very high-speed circuit, long back straights. I'm hoping that we can get enough points to at least maybe get a drag update, perhaps a chassis weight update. I think the next engine upgrade is a bit too expensive for us to get on R&D points, but hopefully we can get a chassis weight one or maybe a drag reduction one. And we did really well in practice to go towards that. We did track timeization, of course, and we got a perfect 50 after 50, and, you know, it was all good. I mean, it took me a few laps to get used to it, so I actually did a few laps before doing the practice program, just get used to Monaco, because it's one of those circuits where you really have to get in the groove. You have to dial yourself in very, very slowly, but carefully, and once you're dialed in, then you're sort of just there, and you're ready to go. And we also did tyre management, and we got a perfect 50 out of 50. The first time I've done a perfect 50 out of 50 tyre management test this entire career mode so far. So I was pretty damn happy. I was feeling good at the fact that we could do that. So it kind of bodes well for us to maybe do one less stop than the AI cars around us when we get to the race. But moving on to probably the more important part of the Monaco race weekend, actually, compared to the race, is qualifying. Because, of course, here at Monaco, very difficult to overtake. You can get caught up in traffic, and, you know, track position is pretty much king here at Monaco. And that means you have to do as well as you can in qualifying. So we move on to Q2. You can see I'm going to switch it to super softs here. We got through Q1 very easily, all but a formality on the ultra soft tyres, but now we've moved to a slower tyre, super soft, the middle tyre of the race weekend, to try and get into Q3 on this tyre, so hopefully start the race. As of course, the new rule in Formula 1 is you start on the Q2 tyre, the tyre you do the Q2 lap in, if you get into Q3, that is. So we're going to try and do that. We come across the last corner. Hopefully we can do this, because this could open us up to a very nice strategy call of maybe a one-stop race. I'm not too sure if it's a one-stop anyway if you start on ultra softs, but I wasn't really sure, so we just went on super softs. We're the only one to actually do this, so that might say something. Maybe it's not going to be the perfect strategy for us, but I'm feeling confident about it. I think probably this is the best decision for me, because looking back at practice, we had really good tyre wear management, so I think this is probably the best one for us. I mean, we'll just have to see. The whole grid seems to be qualifying ultra softs, but I guess that's maybe just because it's the fastest tyre, and maybe the, you know, I mean, the AI do change up their strategy. We've seen it before with Vettel and Ricciardo a few times going on the slower tyre, getting into Q3. So it's not the fact that they're not willing to change. I guess maybe just Monaco, so they feel like they have to qualify on the ultra softs. But here we are, the first time on the purple tyre to hopefully set a purple lap. I don't think it's going to be purple right now in this session in Q3. I'll be very, very surprised if we get pole position. But through the final corner, open the DRS. It's been a pretty okay tidy lap. It felt pretty good. So we're going to come across the line. It's going to be P4 at the moment. So that's pretty damn good as we go through the first corner, just taking it nice and easy, but technically we don't have to, because we're going to give these tyres back. But it's going to be P7 by the end of the session, beating our teammates, which is pretty good, but unfortunately a bit of a slower lap than I would have wanted. We improved from our super soft tyre, obviously, but only about 2/10, so I was hoping for more. But, you know, I think still pretty decent. 7th place, we'll be right up there. Hopefully we can get a good start, as per usual, so far on this game. So let's head towards the one, the only, the Monaco Grand Prix. Right, so here we are on the grid for the Monaco Grand Prix, having a look at the race strategy today. You can see the weather there is just a bit cloudy, then getting sunny, so no rain inbound. It's going to be a one-stop, it's looking like. Engineers also have a strategy of a two-stop, but you can see there's a lot of overlap there, and it's probably not going to be the way to go. At least for us, I don't think it's the way to go, especially because we're starting on the super softs for that reason to do the one-stop. But you can see also on the bottom, I'm reducing the fuel quite a lot, down to about 40 laps. There's 39 laps, obviously, at this 50% Monaco Grand Prix, because I don't think we're going to be burning a lot of fuel, and so, you know, we won't need to worry about saving too much, I don't think. So may as well just have the lightest car possible, or just about. I didn't want to go right down to 39 laps, otherwise it'd be a bit too risky, personally. So went down a little bit there, but not too much. And so as usual, as we go through the formation lap, let's take a look at all the resource points and everything after qualifying. We've got 770, so that's a really good amount. After the race, we should definitely have enough to do an upgrade before the Canadian Grand Prix, and hopefully McLaren could turn that around just in time for the Canadian weekend. But you can see in the rivalry update, we're quite close to Verstappen, actually, so we could just about beat him, to be honest. Actually, I didn't think we were going to do it, but we might just be able to, and the team are still very happy with us. So, we're on P7 on the grid for the Monaco Grand Prix. What can we do around the streets that are a principality? Let's go to 5. Red lights, dump the clutch. We get a worldly start here. Excellent start compared to Sebastian Vettel, and he's really bogged down. Onto Verstappen bogged down. Into turn 1 we go, and we're up into 6th place. It's been a fantastic start for us. Probably the best we've had so far this season. And we climb up the hill, and look at that. Verstappen and Vettel going side by side. Epic to see as they climb up the hill towards Casino Square. Still going side by side. And I think that's Verstappen just getting measured. Yes, it is. Verstappen just gets ahead of Vettel, so he's going a little bit slow at the moment in Monaco. We cut later on onto lap 6. It's been 5 laps since that opening lap, and we're still on P5, unfortunately, and it's taken us 5 laps to really find the rhythm and fully catch up to Raikkonen within 1 second here. You can see just the train already forming here at the streets of Monaco. At the moment, it looks like Nico Rosberg leads the way from Daniel Ricciardo, who had a fantastic qualifying compared to his teammate, and you can see Hamilton clearly in 3rd place there, and Raikkonen up here in 4th. But just going through the motions of the Monaco Grand Prix at the moment, all very calm in this opening stint so far, with 6 laps gone since lap 1. That very hectic turn 1, it all kind of calmed down. Had to try and close up on these guys as they had really good pace through sector 2. Through sector 3 and 1, it looks like I can close up, but obviously to try and make a move somewhere, you know, sector 2's got a few places, but we just can't close up. But on lap 7, crucially, here goes Hamilton trying to have a look at Ricciardo. Ricciardo does well to defend through the swooping left-hander now towards swimming pool section. Obviously, they've redone this next complex as they've kind of opened up the corner. Makes it a lot more flowing, in my opinion. And we close up on Kimi Raikkonen. You can see right up the gearbox, and we're within DRS. You can see on the bottom right there, but we're not going to need it. We go down the inside of the final corner. Oh, what a little cheeky move there on the fin. We didn't even need the DRS. We open it anyway to try and get away from Kimi Raikkonen, but we did not need it there. Lovely move, and we're up into P4, and now on to lap 10. We can see we're up in P3 now on the top left, as that was, I believe, it looked like Ricciardo. Yeah, Ricciardo making his early pit stop from the Ultra Softs on lap 10. So looks like he might be going for a 2-stop. I think lap 10 is probably about a 2-stop range, to be honest. So Ricciardo going aggressive maybe, and you would think so, because the Red Bull, you know, real life was very strong around Monaco, and it should be here on the game with a good aero, good chassis. And you can see now on lap 13, a few laps later, it's now Hamilton's turn to pit. So he's pit a little bit later, and Rosberg continues on, as does Raikkonen. So it looks like maybe a 2-stop, but this could be a 1-stop range. You know, if they go onto the soft tyres, definitely is a 1-stop range. We can see we can only see Rosberg and Kimi Raikkonen's tyres at the moment, so they're still on ultras. So we're gonna have to try and confirm that for you guys. If they've gone to the softs, they're gonna have the pace to be on the super soft tyres. And you know, if they are doing a 2-stop, I think still it'll work out for them. You know, compared to us, where we have to maybe take a bit of a risk and a bit of a kind of hoping that our tyre wear is as good as it was in practice to make the 1-stop work, because our car is just not fast enough to beat a Mercedes on pure pace. You can see now we've moved on towards lap 14. We're now in 1st place, and we're going to move later on, taking these tyres quite a long way. Our pit stop window was lap 16. We're now 1 lap later. I've actually ignored that call from my engineer, because I want to try and stretch these, because Raikkonen only pit around lap 16, 15 for his set of tyres. So he took those ultras a long way, a lot longer than I thought they could go. And so my thinking is, perhaps we could stretch these super softs long enough to go onto the ultra softs ourselves and use the fastest tyre around the streets of Monaco right at the end and come right back at them, because we are going to lose time stretching the tyres, but we're going to lose time anyway being on the soft tyres if we stuck to our strategy anyway. So that's my thinking. So we're on lap 18 at the moment, still trying to stretch them on. I'm going to move later on into the Grand Prix, around lap 25 to lap 26 I think this is, and you can see there's a bit of a train forming. We're very slow on the super softs now. It's definitely time to come in, but the thing is, that was only about 7 laps difference, and the guys were already catching me at a rate of knots already on their new super softs. So I really think going onto the ultra softs now will be the perfect way to come back at them. I don't think we would have caught them up if we go onto the soft tyres. So going onto the purple tyres, hopefully we can set, I mean, it's a bit cliche and a bit corny, but hopefully we can set some purple laps on the purple tyres here on the ultra softs. We're going to come out at the moment, hopefully in some clean air. Obviously you don't want to get bogged down with the car in front of us. There is one car though, the Manor of Rio Haryanto, but thankfully that is it, because we're just going to get ahead of that little few pack of cars behind us. You can see down the replay cameras, but we're closing up on Haryanto up the hill already, and hopefully we're trying to overtake him as we cut later on into sector 3 now towards the swimming pool section. And you can see Haryanto there making the one-stop work. He's on super softs now. Bit of smoke there, bit of lock-up as we go through that chicane, but we're going to try and make a move down the inside, very audacious, through Raskas, and that almost resembles the move Jules Bianchi made in the Manor in 2014, down the inside of Haryanto. Very easy move. Obviously, he's not going to put up much of a fight. It'd be brilliant for him to stay in the points if he can make the one-stop work, so I think it's a clever move from him not to fight me too much, because we're going to clearly have a lot more pace on the Ultras compared to him on super softs. We move now later on to lap 31, quite a few laps later, and we're in P6 at the moment. We've set the fast lap of the Grand Prix, or at least our fastest lap of the Grand Prix, and you can see we're catching Raikkonen at the moment, only a few seconds down the road, so hopefully we can do that. At the moment, Haryanto, fair play to him, still in 7th place, so he's doing a fantastic job there, to be honest. After all the piss-taking the F1 community's done about him, he's doing a great job there in P7, so, you know, props to him. But on towards lap 32, right behind Raikkonen with DRS, and this time we will use DRS. Couldn't get him through the final corner, but we will get him, trying to get him into turn 1. Here we go, going to go very, very tight on the apex, give him plenty of room, but he's not going to need it because he's really gone slow in the mid part of the corner, and we're up into P5. So a pretty simple move, actually, with the help of DRS. We now move on to lap 35. You can see Nico Hulkenberg's out of the race, okay, unfortunately, and there's been a safety car. Unfortunate for Nico Hulkenberg, but there's been a safety car, so that might work in our favour here, because we are a few seconds behind Verstappen in P3, or P4 I should say, and we're in P5, so that safety car should help us actually quite a lot to close up the gaps, obviously. But let's look at a replay now at Nico Hulkenberg. So he's going through, he's going really slowly, so he might have an issue here with the tyres, and oh! Big impact there from the Haas car, and slams into where Maldonado crashed in 2013, I think it was, or 2012. I think it was 2012, correct me if I'm wrong there. But yeah, you can see the safety car is out. We now move onto a little replay of where we were at the time. So this is where we were when Hulkenberg crashed. So different sides of the circuit. The safety car has been called out, so that will close up the rest of the field. As you can see, the safety car comes through here at the chicane after the tunnel. Rosberg leading the way, it looks like, with Hamilton second, then Sebastian Vettel in third. You can see Verstappen, I should say, sorry, in 4th place there, and we're in 5th. Ricciardo behind us, behind Kimi Raikkonen. So it looks like Ricciardo's 2-stop not working out for him. Looks like the 1-stop is the way to go. I thought maybe these guys in front of us were going to do a 2-stop, which would have been good for us because we would have been ahead of them by now, but they're going to do a 1-stop clearly as they're going to the end. Only 2 laps left of the Grand Prix after this safety car comes in, but we're getting very, very close to Max Verstappen, because I'm going to try something very, very audacious here. Going to get really right up there, because technically I'm not passing him right now, but until it goes green, it goes green now. We can overtake him now. We can overtake him now. The safety car line is actually here before the final corner, and we make that move, and that is a very, very cheeky move, but we've made it work, and we're up into P4 before we even get to the very next lap, lap 38. We can see there a message briefly popped up about tyres, and now I'm starting to worry. And as we pause it here and take a look, tyre regulations, select super softs or softs. I know it looks like an orange colour, but that's apparently soft. I think there's a bit of a glitch there. It says orange tyres, but it says soft S. Tyre set and enter the pit lane. The FIA want us to pit. The FIA believe we have to pit, and we have not followed regulations for the tyre strategy, for the mandatory set of tyres. Oh my freaking god. So on lap 38... We're doing this. You're watching this. We're pitting on towards the last lap of the Grand Prix for a set of super soft tyres. This is painful. We're down to P11, P12 indeed. From what would have been a perfect, beautiful P4. Could have been a podium if we caught Sebastian Vettel on those ultra softs. We had the pace, I think, but no, the FI think we broke some sort of rule. I'm going to have to look at it after the race, but for now, we're going to come through in a very, very disappointing P13 from such a high to very quickly a very, very big low. Literally, as soon as we overtook Verstappen, we were completely knocked off our pedestal of that high, of a little cheeky overtake on the safety car restart, and we're pushed down to P13, and the Grand Prix, just like that, is over very, very quickly for us, and we've got no points to show for it. We finished ahead of our teammates still, so we'll get an objective there. We haven't beaten Max Verstappen, unfortunately, but we should get some faster slap objectives there. But Rosberg wins the Grand Prix. There's your podium. Probably would have been unchanged, but you should have seen us in P4, unfortunately. But you can see there, we've ended up in P13. We beat our teammates, but I don't know what to say. I'm just in shock of what's happened here at Monaco. And it's really hard to swallow. It's a really hard pill to swallow here. You know, not getting points, having such good pace. And you can see now, I go through the race director, and I'm going through other people's race strategy. You can see everyone, a lot of people, most people have gone ultra softs to super softs, a one-stop race. And I've done the exact same, but just the other way around. I've done super softs to ultra softs. But it looks like there was a problem with the whole mandatory tyre set rule. And the tyre set I went on to, the Ultra Softs, were not part of the... Obviously, the Super Softs were the mandatory tyre this weekend. The middle tyre usually is the mandatory set. In China, it was the medium tyre. In Spain, it was the medium tyre. And I thought I was running that because I started on Super Softs. But my Super Softs were technically a different set. The set I used in Q2, and I'm not allowed to be counted as the mandatory set. So the game wanted us to go on to a brand new set of super softs that are allocated for the race. And so that was the issue I found out after the race, which is really unfortunate because I'm pretty sure it doesn't work like that in real life. I've talked to some people like Callum and Tom, and they agree with me that they didn't feel like that was the case in real life. I might be wrong, and I'm not saying it's not my fault. This is my fault. I didn't kind of understand the rules of the game, because obviously real life's one thing and the game's another. The game has to handle the tyre rules a bit differently, because obviously it can't completely mimic what happens in real life with giving tyres back and allocating tyres properly. So it just was my fault in that case, but it's a really hard one to swallow there. But you can see there, we still beat Verstappen in the standings, and we're 1 point off beating him in the rivalry. And actually, our team aren't too annoyed with us in the standings there. So they're still pretty happy with us, even though we did completely royally mess that up. So I guess still a plus side there. And actually, as we move on to the paddock, we got some pretty exciting news from our PR manager.
Hey, what could this be? Could it be a promotion to first driver? I think it might be. You read the details. You've earned it.
So, after a bitterly disappointing end to the Monaco race, something to chirp us up and pop the champagne for anyway is the fact we've been promoted to first driver for McLaren, which is absolutely awesome. To do it within the first 6 rounds is great for us, and I'm really, really happy about that. So, something to celebrate about. I guess this episode has been quite a roller coaster of emotions, really. You know, started off really strong, practice was great, we got a lot of points there. Race was pretty good until right at the end, then a really big low, and now I guess a pretty big high. Being promoted there, that's really good progress. And as we move on, before we get to the Canadian Grand Prix, before I advanced on, I wanted to spend my money and my R&D points, and so I decided to go with chassis weight. We couldn't afford the engine upgrade, but chassis weight will reduce the weight of our car and help us in a straight line. That will be crucial for the Canadian Grand Prix up ahead at the high-speed circuit there. So I'm going to go for that. Hopefully the team can turn it around. You can see the orange bar is pretty much filled up already, so they will be able to hopefully turn it around before free practice 1 at the Canadian Grand Prix. So guys, if you have enjoyed that video, smash that up and let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you're around here, then do subscribe for weekly Formula 1 content. Finally guys, as I said at the beginning of the video, if you want to try and win a free copy of F1 2016 on the PC via Steam code, you can enter a giveaway set up by Kingwin by clicking the top line of the description to find out all the details for that. 2 of you guys can win, so plenty of chance there, so go check that out. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.